Welcome to the debate. Imagine treating your body like a toll booth on a highway.
Okay.
You just, toss in a coin, the gate lifts, and you keep driving. For a lot of people, that is exactly what morning coffee is. It's pure, simple fuel. Today, we are looking at the cultural and, personal meaning behind our daily coffee routines.
Right. And we're asking a fundamental question from our source material. Is the true value of coffee found in its simple, functional role as a daily habit? Or is it best experienced as a meaningful ritual enhanced by cafe culture?
Exactly. I'm arguing from the perspective of an everyday regular. To me, coffee is a practical tool for energy, plain and simple.
And I am looking at this as a former barista. I argue that coffee is a deeply experiential ritual. It's not just tossing a coin in a toll booth, it's pulling over to actually enjoy the view. Complex menus, comfortable spaces, and little indulgences provide real meaning and human connection.
Right, so let's look at how we actually use it. In the morning, coffee is just a basic physical signal to your body to enter the day. I make my coffee, hold the cup, stare at nothing, and just wait for my brain to turn on.
Just completely zoning out.
Yeah, exactly. And in the afternoon, it's a functional tool. Around 3 o'clock, the brain is tired. You drink a cup, the caffeine hits your system, and 20 minutes later, your focus is repaired.
I hear you, but
Adding fancy syrups or complicated steps just gets in the way of a highly effective habit.
right, but thinking of it only as a system repair ignores human nature. When I worked behind the espresso counter, I saw that an elaborate drink, like a caramel latte with whipped cream.
Oh, the sugar bombs.
Well, it isn't a weakness. It is a tiny celebration. Brushing your teeth is a habit. Making and experiencing coffee is a ritual.
A ritual.
Yeah, because a ritual actually changes your mood. Taking the time for a small indulgence triggers a feeling of comfort before you even take a sip. It makes an ordinary, difficult day feel, a little brighter.
A celebration? If it is a celebration, then why does ordering it feel like taking a high-stress science exam?
A science exam? That's a bit harsh.
No, it really does. You walk into a professional coffee shop, and the menu feels like a giant wall. It is full of confusing words like single origin pour-over or bright acidity.
Sure, the terminology can be...
And then you were forced to take a milk preference test. Oat, almond, or regular. A tired person just wants a hot cup of black coffee, not an intimidating secret society.
I get that, but the menu isn't meant to be a wall. It is an invitation to explore.
It feels like a wall.
I completely understand that it can feel overwhelming at first, but the secret is that you don't actually need to know the jargon. You can just use conversational ordering.
Conversational ordering?
Yeah, you look at the barista and say, I want something sweet. Or what do you recommend? The menu might be complex, but the human interaction is designed to be simple and helpful.
Well, asking what do you recommend to a barista isn't a relaxed conversation when there's a line of 10 angry, undercaffeinated people standing right behind you.
Okay, fair point.
It is terrifying. That is what I call drinking stress. And that stress doesn't stop at the register. You finally get your drink, but now you are surrounded by bright white lights, loud chairs, and tiny tables. You just feel rushed.
See, you are describing a badly designed shop.
Compare that to the local, quiet, home brewing tradition. At home, you can sit for 1 minute in total silence without touching your phone. That peaceful, simple start to the day is so much better than the anxiety of a crowded shop.
But consider the power of true ambience, the physical mood of a space. The source material notes that a great cafe uses warm lighting, soft jazz music, plants, and wooden tables.
Right.
Why does that matter? Because those specific visual and sound cues actually shift your nervous system. They physically help you slow down and lower your heart rate. The environment fundamentally changes how you perceive that simple drink. Sitting in that space makes people feel creative and relaxed, even if they aren't working.
But does it elevate the experience or does it just mask the drink itself? Think about black coffee. It is an acquired taste. You slowly learn to appreciate the genuine, bitter flavor over time.
Mm-hmm.
Drinking black coffee represents quiet confidence. It shows that coffee is a straightforward, individual fuel.
Right. But
When we wrap it up in soft jazz, caramel syrup, and loud cafe culture, it feels like coffee becomes a crutch for social interaction instead of a strong personal tool.
it is not a crutch. It's a comfortable frame for human connection. The entire culture around cafes serves a huge social purpose.
Like what?
Think about the phrase, let's grab a coffee. It is a low-pressure invitation. You don't have to schedule a heavy, formal meeting. Instead, you use small, easy questions like whether someone prefers hot or iced coffee to naturally open up real, deep conversations. The cafe and the ritual build a bridge between two people.
Well, ultimately, this debate comes down to how we view our own time and energy. If you see coffee purely as fuel, those complicated menus and jazz playlists are just getting in your way.
Yeah,
A simple, functional coffee habit at home serves as a perfect personal routine.
right. And if you are looking for that social bridge or just a moment of peace, the cafe ambiance and the indulgence of a crafted drink turn that habit into a meaningful ritual. Both sides show that coffee is much more than just a beverage. It is a vital daily transition.
First cup. Ask yourself, are you just tossing a coin in the toll booth, or are you ready to pull over and enjoy the view? We leave you to decide which philosophy suits you best.